Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lexi Rose, and it's been a long time. The last time I did a video was, 2 months ago? And I believe that video was what was it? It was a book, like a book haul of some sort. So, okay. This video, I'm going to have two videos coming out within the next couple of weeks. Well, not couple of weeks, like couple of days. I'm going to do this video, which is going to be the catch-up video, and then I have a different video that is not going to be my normal reading content type video, because I wanted to change it up a little bit. I wanted to talk about something else for a change for a minute, while we get back in the swing of things with reading. So, this video is going to be a little bit of a long one, because you guys know I love to yap. Also, I feel like my hair looks rough, but it probably doesn't on camera, but I don't know. Oh, there's my dog. Well, not my dog. It's my brother's dog. Okay, hold on. Let me go deal with them, and I will be right back. Okay, so my dog is outside, and in a couple minutes, I'm going to go get him. First off, if you haven't noticed, my room looks a little different. It's a different color. It's pink. We painted. Well, I did paint, but me and my grandma painted. So let's take it back, okay? So let's go back to, hold on. I'm out of breath because I was running. It was like what? Oh, it was like January 3rd, I think. Okay, so January 3rd. So my mom ended up having surgery. She's fine. Nothing's wrong with her. She had to have, it was more of a cosmetic surgery, but she had like abdominal surgery. So as you guys know, I live with my mom and my brother. So she was having surgery, and my grandmother was coming down to help take care of her. And around that time, my grandmother and I have been talking about painting my room. Now, I have been talking about painting my room for a very long time. The first time I ever really talked about painting my room was around the time that I first moved in here. So I moved into this house, or we moved into this house in 2017 when I graduated high school. And we moved in that year, and I had been like, oh, I can't wait to be able to paint my room. But at the time, I wasn't as worried about it because my walls, while they were disgusting later on, they weren't as bad at the time when we first moved in. And I was just going to deal with the green. So if you remember, my room was like a minty, not a sage green, but it was like a bluish green color. Go back and look at my other videos and look at my walls. Also, look at how dirty they were. It was unreal. Also, I feel like my hair looks a mess. Hold on. Yeah, just go back and look and see how dirty my walls had become and how they were getting, because that's the whole reason why I wanted to paint. My grandmother and I have been talking about painting, and at first I was like, oh, I want to paint my room blue because I knew I didn't want to do it a lavender color. And at the time, pink was not really in the works. Like, I hadn't even thought about painting it pink. That came later. So my mom was having surgery on a Friday. So she got surgery on Friday. She's going to be back on Saturday, or back home on Saturday morning, or something like that. Before that, my grandma and I were like, I'm moving all over the place in the story. So I, for a very long time, wanted to paint my room blue. It was between blue and like lavender, but I knew I didn't really feel 100% on either one of those colors. So I thought about it more, and then my grandmother was like, why don't you go and look for paint swatches? So I hadn't gone anywhere. I don't leave my house, but I was on Pinterest, and I was looking around and looking at all the like cute, inspirations for rooms and stuff. And I was like, what about pink? What if I painted my room pink? And when I brought it up to my mom and my grandma, they were both kind of like, you're going to be 27. Are you really sure you want to paint your room? Sorry, my ear itches. Are you sure you want to paint your room pink? And I was like, yeah, I don't really care. And my mom was kind of like, but it's going to look like a nursery. And I was like, is it though? I'm a grown person living in this room. I said, it just depends on it. I don't know. It was just a weird comment. And I was kind of like, I have to live with it. It's not like it's going to bother anybody except for me. And if I don't like it, I just won't look at my walls. I'll just have blinders on. It's fine. So I sat on it for a long time, or not a long time. And only been like a week. I went and got paint swatches. I finally settled on, sorry, I like itched right here, and I like scratched it and it hurt. So anyway, I eventually settled on a light pink. I wanted something in between like a peachy color and like a pink, right? And the walls that you're seeing now are the perfect color. On camera, it's actually a lot, not a lot, but it's a little darker, especially over here in this area. I think it's just because my room creates weird shadows, and that's just what it is. It's actually a little bit lighter than what it looks like. It just depends on the lighting. So we finally decided on a color. And so my mom was coming home Saturday. I was gonna, get everything around for her and then move all my books downstairs on the pool table. And that's exactly what I did. I was able to do it within like a day. Well, 2 days. I took the ones off of the cube shelf over here in this area. That's where my cube shelf is. I took those all downstairs. I took my book cart downstairs. My room was completely empty. And then everything else got like thrown in my closet and stuff like that. And so when they got home, my mom was resting and my grandmother and I decided to, kind of get things around. We didn't paint that day. We just like moved stuff around to get everything in order. So a lot of my furniture was out in the hallway. And the issue was, unfortunately, my bed right there, it can't fit outside of the door. Like it will not, the headboard is too wide to fit outside the door. The only way we'd be able to get my bed out of the room is if we like took apart the headboard. And I just didn't feel like doing it because I eventually had to lay in said bed. So my computer, well, not my computer, my PC was out in the hallway. My dresser was in here and my bed was in here. And I just like put all my blankets out in the hallway as well. So my room was empty. I didn't realize how kind of big my room looked without all the furniture in it. It's not that big of a room, but without all the furniture in it, it's kind of big. So then the next day we started painting. I painted like the lower sides and got close to like the baseboards because we weren't gonna paint we weren't gonna paint the baseboards. God, I couldn't speak for a minute. And so because of that, we didn't have that much work to do, but I had only gotten 1 gallon of paint. So my grandmother decided, why don't we paint your ceiling the same color as your wall? Also, my door looks tilted. I don't really know why everything looks like this. My camera is straight. I don't know. And that's what was bothering me. Anyway, so I painted the lower side and then we were gonna go over the top part with the roller, but again, like I said, we were gonna paint the ceiling. So the ceiling ate up a lot of the paint. And honestly, my ceiling doesn't even look like it's painted. It looks like it's just like a creamy color. Sometimes it looks white, but yeah, it ate up all the paint. So we kind of ran out of paint. So we had to go back to Menards. We grabbed another thing of paint. We went through almost 2 gallons of paint. We have some leftover downstairs because I'm actually getting a new ceiling fan. My ceiling fan that I have right now is disgusting, essentially. It needs to be, I need a new one. In those days that we were painting, obviously I couldn't record, I couldn't do anything. I will put cameras. I will put pictures of what my room looked like before and what it looked like after. I'll put those while I'm talking. I'll put it over. It's whatever. So yeah. So we painted the ceiling. What else did I say? Oh, I'm getting a new ceiling fan. That took up a couple days. So all in all, that took 3 or 4. Well, she was here from Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I believe. And then I think she left Wednesday. She leave Wednesday or Tuesday? I don't know. But we eventually got finished and the finishing product looks amazing. And we actually ended up painting the outline of my windows, of my closet, and this door, because after painting, we realized how dirty my windowsill and stuff, like the trim looked compared to how nice the paint was. So we painted that white. But once my grandma left, I was kind of in charge of helping my mom out. And so I didn't really hang out in my room and I really didn't even get a chance to read at all. I read a little bit on my Kindle, but also, again, I'm out of breath because I just got back from letting my dog in. Anyway, but yeah, I didn't really get a chance to record or do anything. I was just helping taking care of her, which I really don't really know why I have to explain that part because it's my mom. And so, and then after, she kind of got better and she didn't really need me or my brother as much. I've just been hanging out, I just been kind of focusing on making my room a space for me that I really like, because I really love the way my room looks right now. Like, it looks amazing. You can't really see it because I blurred the background, because my room's kind of a mess right now, and I don't really want you to look too close at it. Also, again, my hair is bothering me. But yeah, it looks amazing. And so, between helping my mom and, my room being painted and getting things in order, I just haven't had time, and so with that, that's why I wanted to make this catch-up video, because I felt like I needed to, like, talk about it, and I think it's so interesting because, another thing, I didn't know if anybody would even care about this part or painting in general, but I really liked painting. It was really hard getting the grain out. The grain did not want to go. It was very hard, to get the green out of, like, the tops of the doors and stuff for some reason. The green she didn't want to go. She didn't really enjoy this, like, eviction notice that was going on. But I really did like painting, and I really did like, what my room ended up looking when it was all finished. Again, I will, if I have not already put the pictures up, I'll put up more pictures of it, because I didn't take a lot, but I took a lot of, okay, I need to fix my hair. This is not, okay, get out of my face. I took a lot of before pictures because I specifically wanted to remember what my room looked like before. Also, another thing we found out is my room actually used to be purple and a brighter pink before it was green, which is very interesting, because I think that could also mean that it might have been a kid's room. This is like a perfect size for a kid's room. But yeah, I thought that was interesting, because I at one point wanted to paint my room lavender. And then another thing that I think is so funny is my grandma, she doesn't get me. She doesn't really know me that well. I don't know what it is about grandparents where they don't really know you that well, so they only like pick up on 3 things, and those 3 things are your personality type. So for me, like, my grandparents, all of them actually, all think, like, they all say that I like cats, I play The Sims, and that's it. Like, and then what's the other one? There's another one. And then I'm funny. That's it. Like, those are my 3 personality types for them. So my grandma was like, so when we were painting, I also got new, like, light plates for my light switch, and we got new plug covers, because the one underneath my desk was broken. But anyway, my grandma was like, we should get some cute little cat light switch plates. And I was like, no. And she was like, oh, you're not doing the cat theme. And I'm like, when have I ever had a cat theme room? Again, she only knows like 3 things, like, about me. And she also, it was funny because when I told her I wanted pink, she was like, really? And I was like, what did you think I was going to say? Dark gray or something? And for a very long time, before we even came up with, like, painting my room, she really wanted to paint this room yellow. And I was very insistent on not painting the room yellow. It was at the point where she was like, so you're not going to paint your room yellow? No, I don't want it yellow. Do I look like a person that would have a room that is yellow? Do you not even know who I am as I paint my room pink? Which is a whole different thing. But I just think that's so funny that she thought, like, again, while we were going over, like, what I wanted for my room and what the vibes I wanted were, she was like, oh, I didn't think you would like that. Oh, I didn't think you would. And I'm like, I like cute things. Like, hello. I don't know. It was just interesting. I don't know. It was kind of funny. But anyway, what else was I going to talk about? So now that we've gotten my entire painting story out of the way, let's talk a little bit about my reading goals. What I want to read. What are we going to do for the channel for this year? So a couple things. First, I want to do a little bit of different videos. I think the next video I do will be a completely and utterly, well, what? The next video I do will probably have nothing to do with books. But there's just, I have this idea and I really want to do it because I think it'd be fun. Number 2. Okay. So my reading goal, my reading goal for this year, is actually lower than it was last year. So last year, my reading goal was 54 books. We ended up getting there. I think I finished my reading goal a week before January 1st. So the week between like January 1st and whatever was the number of the week before. Between that week, I didn't read anything because I didn't want to start a book. I wanted to wait to start a book until the new year. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but I am. But I specifically wanted a lower reading goal because I didn't want to overwhelm myself with giving myself like 60 books to read for the year. So we went a nice 35 because I thought that would be a good idea. I've already reached, well, I've not reached the goal. I've already read 3 books. I read Cinder by Marissa Myers. I read that book a long time ago. Not a long time ago. I want to say last year, or maybe it would have had to have been 24. I read it and then I put it down and then I never came back to it until recently. I wanted to finish it because I really wanted to read the rest of the series. So I finished Cinder by Marissa Myers. I read Hooked, which was a very interesting experience for me as someone who doesn't really read a lot of dark romances. That book is interesting. I don't know. And then what was the other one I read? Oh, I read Assistant to the Villain. And Assistant to the Villain is what else I wanted to talk about. So, while I was reading Assistant to the Villain, I was like thinking, I was like, I'm reading a book that starts with A. What if I did an A to Z reading challenge? Because my goal is 35 books, right? There's 20, I've already done 3 books. There's 26 letters in an alphabet. I don't know if I'm going to do X, though. X might be a hard one, and I might swap it for something else. But that's neither here nor there right now, because we're technically only on we're only on B. But I decided that I want to do the A to Z reading challenge for this year. So, A to Z reading challenge is a very simple challenge to do. It is where you read books that have a specific letter in the title or in the beginning of the title. And somebody had asked me like, oh, are you going to do like the letter not the letter. Are you going to incorporate the word the? Because in a lot of books, they have the word the in it, right? So like, The Cruel Prince. Cruel Prince itself would probably be C, but it has the word the in it. What's another one? The Prison Healer, you know what I mean? So, I think for certain books, I will take out the letter or take out the word, the, and then some letters I won't. It's same with the word A. So it's like A Court of Thorns and Roses. What's the other one? A Court of Mist and Fury, you know what I mean? So Mist and Fury would be M, Court would be C. So, we finished the first book, which is an A book. The next book is going to be our B book, and I want to read Bloodmarked because I'm either going to do Oathbound or Onyx Storm for O. And honestly, I might do both. And I might just like not incorporate one into the challenge. But I think I want to do a video about that. But besides that, that's kind of all I have as far as like reading goals. I don't want to pressure myself into reading a bunch of books. And I don't want to put a lot of, I don't want to pressure myself because I know that if I put more pressure on myself, I'm less likely to do that. So I thought, you know what? Let's do an A to Z reading challenge because A, I can read other books that have nothing to do with the alphabet challenge that we're doing. And, I can just kind of go at my own pace. You know what I mean? It's literally like what? It's like January 23rd. So we have literally all year. And, considering how this year has started off with who being in office, I'm going to need a lot of escapism. That's why I've been watching videos and I've been watching Abbott Elementary. Pure escapism, now that we got the book thing out of the way. Channel goals, right? So I really want to do 1 or 2 uploads a month. I want to try. That's my goal. And I say a month and not like 1 or 2 videos a week because, pressure. I think if I put that kind of pressure on myself, I'm less likely to do it and have the motivation to do it. So I'm like, you know what? Why don't we just go for a month or so, right? So I think the next video I do will be the video that I want to do that has nothing to do with books. I think after that, we're going to go into mood reading. I really want to do a read with me. I really want to do a book tour, a bookshelf tour, because I've gotten some new books. Not a lot of new books, but you know. And I also want to do a video where I redo my bookshelves because when we were, after we got done painting, I had just kind of placed my books wherever. So my book cart actually has books on it that I have not read. And on my nightstand, there are everything on there I've read except for the books on the bottom shelf. And then over there, I believe I've read all of those. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, so that's kind of what we got. I think I covered everything. I talked about the painting. I talked about the books goals. I talked about the more channel stuff. I kind of want to branch out. I really like the idea of doing other content that's not reading. Just kind of yap sessions and stuff like that. I love to yap. My Wi-Fi just turned off. We've been having Wi-Fi issues lately. I don't really know why. Is it off on my computer? No, it's fine. Yeah, we've been having a lot of internet issues lately. I don't really know what that's about. Anyway, I really like to do other videos that are not reading, right? Like I said, yap sessions. I like to do videos where I, clean my room, like Sunday, like a reset thing. I really like watching those videos. And videos where we just like chat about our favorite books and stuff. As far as like, scheduling, I don't really have a schedule. I try to now my internet is off on my computer. Now it's booting back up. I don't know. Anyway, I think with that being said, I don't remember what I was going to say before I got interrupted, and I'm very focused on this internet thing. I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I like watching a lot of like cleaning stuff videos. I like watching like reset things or like watch me study videos. I think those are just so cozy and cool. But I guess with that being said, I think that is all we have for today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things, right? It's a new year. Let's try to find some happiness where we can, right? And I really want to be productive because I feel like I've been not being as productive as I would want to, and I've just have not been feeling it. But we'll figure that out as we go. We're all in this together. It's whatever. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.